Well, how are you doing today? Welcome to Film Punks, the only YouTube channel without a slogan. What's that about? Today, I'm going to be doing a review, a comparison if you will, between the Rode Wireless Go 2 and this, the Hollyland Lark Max. This is the duo set. They'll do a single transmitter version too. It's going to be an interesting comparison because I do like a Rode product, but having already had a look at some of the specifications for the Lark Max, I think they've got some serious competition. So to compare like for like, I used one of the British suppliers to get prices and I used the same supplier for both just so I can compare. The Rode Wireless Go 2, it comes with two transmitters and a receiver and a cable and a pouch. That's it. That is £279. The Hollyland Lark Max Duo is £319. That comes with two transmitters, a charging case and a receiver, and a couple of cables and a nice pretty box and all of the other stuff. The Rode Wireless Go 2 is rated at 200 meters line of sight range. The Hollyland Lark Max is rated at 250 meters line of sight range. One thing to understand about line of sight range is that when they say that, they mean it. If you're facing the other way and your body is in between the transmitter and the receiver, that will cut you out at that maximum range. They mean nothing between them. So you're wearing it on your front and you're facing the receiver. So if you're going to start turning around, moving around, standing behind a tree, or then further on you're going to be in a building, in a different room, then you're going to get a very much diminished response from either of these microphones. None of them are good at going through walls, which is why they quote line of sight. Why you would be filming in one room and listening to a mic in another room, I don't know. I don't care what you get up to in your spare time. The good news is both of these mic and transmitter sets work with Windows, they work with Mac, they work with Android, they work with iPhone. Yay! So the Rode Wireless Go 2 will record for 24 hours on the actual transmitter in compressed format or 7 hours in raw WAV format. The Hollyland Lark Max, however, will record to the transmitter for 14 hours in RAW, which is nice. The battery life on the Rode Wireless Go 2 is 7 hours. On the Hollyland Lark Max, it's 7.5 hours. You see where they're going with this. If you use the charging case included with the Hollyland Lark Max, that can increase the amount of usable recording time to 22 hours. And it takes 2 hours to charge the transmitters and the receiver from flat to full completely. So you could go for a weekend away filming, put your transmitters in the box at the end of the day, reuse them the next day without making any effort to charge them up. It's just one less thing to worry about. I think we need to have a discussion. Rode Wireless Go 2 and Rode Wireless Go before it, they use some software called Rode Central. And you've got to use this software to enable certain features on the transmitters and receivers. But worse than that, you've got to use it to transfer your files to your PC because it records them onto the transmitter in a proprietary format that nothing reads. And that is annoying. It's an extra stage to my day that I do not want and do not welcome. So Rode, please stop doing this. Hollyland, however, with their Lark Max Duo, they don't do any of that. In fact, there isn't any software. I went looking to see if there was some software for managing it or something. There just doesn't seem to be any. The reason being, all of the controls are on the device. Who'd have thought? There's a lovely menu system, and we'll go through that shortly. But when you want to get your files off, you just click and drag them and drop them straight onto your computer, which is fantastic. Rode, please pay attention. So that is the specifications covered. Let's have a look at the menu systems and how they work and see how the two compare. I will be switching between microphones and I'll put a little piece of information in the corner down there so that you know which microphone you're listening to. I'm not going to use the lavalier microphones at this point. I'm going to use the actual transmitter with the microphone built in so you can compare what you will get in the box without optional extras. When I go to film outside and do some comparisons, I'll use the lavaliers then, but you will be told all about it so you know what you're comparing. The drone is 600 feet away, so I'm going to walk towards the drone and see how far the Rode Wireless Go 2 can go. Yes, I can. Hello, camera. This is about 500 feet. Hello, this is 600 feet. Can you hear me, road? This is me. Hello, hello. So, here we are, currently facing away, of course. So that will limit the range until I turn around, which I'm going to do about every 100 feet, which is about every 30 meters or so. So that's 30 meters. At around about 350 feet here. I think we're about halfway to the drone, so that's... This is according to the DJI Mavic Air 2, 709 feet away from the Hollyland Lark Max. I'll put my transmitter behind me. There we are, 709 feet. Okay, and for a comparison, here is the Rode Wireless Go 2 transmitter using its own microphone with no garden noise. But this doesn't have ENC, so I won't do a second test because it won't work anyway, because it hasn't got it. Okay, so this is the Rode Wireless Go 2 with the Rode Lav Go, I think it's called, or the Rode Go Lav, I don't know. No, Go Lav, that sounds like you need to go to the toilet. I think it's called the Lav Go, or Lavalier Go maybe. Yeah, Lavalier Go, I'd go with that one. So this is the Rode Wireless Go 2 transmitter in my pocket with the Rode Wireless Go to the Lav microphone. This is the Hollyland Lark Max transmitter using the microphone built in. If you can hear in the background, this is my neighbour's lawnmower. Let's see how good the environmental noise cancellation is. Let's try it. That's the Hollyland Lark Max with the ENC, environmental noise cancellation function, turned on. Okay, so here is the Hollyland Lark Max transmitter, which is now in my pocket, using the Hollyland Lavalier microphone in black. This microphone's a lot cheaper than the Rode Wireless Go to the Lav, but you do get two of them for, I think it's about £60, maybe $50, $60, something like that. So if they're any good, they're okay, but they are a larger capsule, so if you do narrative work, it's probably going to be a little bit too big. The Rode Go to the Lav microphone is a lot smaller, so easier for taping to people's chests and not being seen. I'm now recording the audio on the Hollyland Lark Max microphone. This is the transmitter with no lavalier plugged in, so you can see exactly what you get with a standard kit. This is the Rode Wireless Go standard kit. You get a small TRS cable for connecting it to your camera. You get a bunch of USB cables for charging your devices and transferring your data. You get a couple of these small wind muffs which clip onto the top of the microphones quite firmly, it has to be said. Let me just pop that onto there. Twist that, and there they go. They're pretty strong. Two microphone transmitters, one receiver. Let's have a look at this. Let me turn this one on. In fact, let's turn both of them on. And I'll take off that wind muff so you can see the lights. Look into the light. I'm about to turn the receiver on. Hopefully you can see this. Let's go a bit closer. So here we are. That should be a little bit better for you. Now you can see the audio's bouncing up and down on the screen there. Let me try and illuminate that for you a little bit more. There you can see some information. You've got transmitter 1, transmitter 2. I've currently got the input volume set to minus 18 decibels. The balance is somewhere in the middle. And the signal's good. And you'll see the word recording. So as soon as you turn the receiver on the Rode, these start recording on their own internal storage, which I mentioned earlier. That being said, these only record once this is turned on. I recently did an interview where I forgot to turn this on and missed the audio from the Lav. Thankfully, I had a shotgun as a backup, so I still recovered it. But having that facility where these record as soon as you turn them on the Hollyland is a big bonus for me. It's a safety measure that just gives me a bit of peace of mind. Menu wise, okay, press and hold both buttons on the bottom. That turns it from mono mode, one little bar graph bouncing up and down, to stereo mode. Lovely, fantastic. And you've got this button here which switches between mic 1 and mic 2. There's mic 1, I press the other button and I can mute it. Wow, that's amazing. And that is it. That is pretty much all you can do with the Rode Wireless Go 2. That is the menu system. It's just these two buttons on the bottom of the receiver. It's pretty rubbish, I have to say. On the transmitters, you've just got this one button on the bottom, which can be used as a mute button or a power button, depending on how you configure it in the software. You've got to get your computer out to reconfigure a lot of what the buttons do. I haven't really got much else to say about this. I've had a love-hate relationship with these microphones for 3 years now. I had the Rode Wireless Go, then I had the Go 2, then I had a replacement set of Go 2s because they died. And I think it's probably been about 3 years since I started with Rode Wireless Go microphones. And the quality is quite good. I don't think I can fault the sound quality. The build quality, not so good. They're very plasticky. The Hollyland are also plastic. They have got a metal clip on the back. This clip, if you look at any of these for sale second-hand, this is your little belt or lapel clip. These are often broken. I've seen lots for sale with broken clips. The Hollyland ones are metal, so maybe they'll last longer, who knows. They are still majority plastic on both. However, these feel like cheaper plastic. There is plastic and then there's plastic. And I think these are not the good kind. They are the cheap kind. And I don't think that these would survive a drop onto a hard surface. I don't think either would, but I think these would be even more precious. That is the menu system and how these things work, comparing the Hollyland Lark Max with the Rode Wireless Go 2. First things first, it comes with this weather-resistant seal around the case and a nice handy strap. Open this. Inside, what have we got? Inside here we have all the regular USB cables and a couple of wind muffs for your Lark Max transmitters. This, however, is what we're here to see. This is the Hollyland Lark Max charging case. Watch closely. You open the case and magic happens. Ooh. Audio Expelliarmus. Here you can see they're all represented on the screen. Microphone, receive, microphone, and also the case itself. There's a small charge indicator there that tells you how charged the case is. There's a setting which I've enabled, which means as soon as I remove one of these transmitters from the case, it's automatically recording. You can see there's a small red light on the transmitter indicating this is already recording. I haven't done anything. All I've done is open the case and take them out. And I'm already recording audio. Depending on what you're doing with your microphones, what job you're doing, what video you're recording, having these recording the audio from the very moment you open the case could prove really useful. Let's have a look at the menus and see what settings we've got, because there's some interesting things. First things first, this is the menu button and also wheel. This is the home button. This is microphone 1, this is microphone 2. Here we've got some display. We've got battery power there, we've got battery power there, signal strength there. We have ENC there, and we have a small S there, which I've never actually worked out what it's for. Press the menu button. It's also a button. And you get record mode, you get mic settings, phone speaker, EQ, and system settings. So we'll go through these one at a time because I've had time to look at these now. Record mode, stereo. So what this does is each one of your transmitters will send its information to, let's say, left channel, and then this one will send it to right channel. And then in editing, if you want to turn one person's volume up or down, you can do, or do whatever the heck you like with it. But it will record them to separate channels. So that is the first option in record mode. The second one is mono. What it will do then is combine both the left and right into a mono dual channel. Safety track. What this will do is it will record normal audio with both of them combined onto one channel, let's say left, and on the right channel it will record exactly the same thing but 6 decibels quieter. So if you get somebody who just suddenly and they're really loud, you can then in your editing software use the other channel, which will be a little bit quieter and a bit more usable for you. And that is record mode. Mic settings. Mic gain, basically, as what it sounds like, you turn the microphone up. Auto record. This is what I have on. This enables it to record as soon as you take it from the case. Very useful. I would enable it. Why not? Auto off. How long it sits there doing nothing before it turns itself off. LED brightness. Stays where it does. Storage. Now this is the receiver, remember. I'm at the camera end. So I can format mic 1 or mic 2. Do I want to format it? Yes, I do. This microphone is now formatted. Format mic 2? Yeah, sure. Oh, did I mention it's a touch screen as well? Which is very nice. Home button. That's it. Both of these are now formatted. You can only do that if these are not recording, and they are recording straight out the box. So to stop them recording, you press the small button that says record. That's record on. That's record off. And that's record on. Of course, you can activate and deactivate record remotely. Let's get back into that menu again. Phone speaker. This is an interesting one. You can plug your iPhone into this and use your iPhone speaker as a feedback speaker, so you can hear what's going on the microphones, which is rather nice. I think it's a nice little feature. EQ. Hi-Fi. That is just a standard high fidelity mode where it will just record everything and it will be lovely. Low cut gets rid of buzzers and refrigerators, air conditioners, that kind of thing. Vocal boost increases the natural sounds of voices to make them more audible over other sounds. System settings. Pairing. This is so that you can pair your receivers with your transmitter. However, they've thought about that. All you need to do is put them both in the charging case and they will automatically pair. Brightness turns the screen up and down. Upgrade mode, firmware updates, date, time, your language choices, factory reset of settings, and version info again so that you can check for firmware updates. And that is it. So you can touch this screen. This one's not doing anything on that setting there. You can press the home button and oh, what's this setting? This is your ENC, environmental noise cancelling. You can turn that on and off. Look at this LED, blue, and then it is green. Green for environment. Fantastic. Let's go to mic 2. Turn that one off. And there we go. It seems to turn it off and on for both at the same time, so that's a mystery to me. So let's go back to mic 1. I can mute it. That's gone red. This mic is now muted. It's gone back to green. This mic is now available to record. I can press record there. If you see this little red light, I'll put it right next to it so you can see it. I've set this recording. I've stopped it recording. I've set it recording again. So you can control these microphones fully from the receiver, which is a fantastic facility. Again, you've got your lovely VU meters here. If you want to adjust your output to your camera or other recording device, simply turn this dial and you can adjust the output there. So you can turn the left channel all the way down because you've got a loud person who's very shouty, and you can turn this one up if you've got someone who's quiet as a mouse. And that's the menu system for the Hollyland Lark Max. So in summary, the Hollyland Lark Max is vastly superior to the Rode Wireless Go in terms of functionality. In terms of audio quality, they're both the same. There's not really a lot of difference in it, very minor if any, and if there is a difference, it's probably more due to personal taste as to how you like the sound. The Lark Max has got a lot more functions though. Environmental noise cancelling is fantastic. That's one process that you no longer have to do in post-production. The fact that it starts recording as soon as you take the transmitters out of the box is fantastic. That would have saved me from a problem I did on a real world job where I forgot to turn on the receiver on the Wireless Go and I didn't get the audio from the lav. I had to use my backup boom. Thankfully I had it. On the Lark Max, that would never have happened. The menus on the Lark Max, really good. It records for longer and in RAW on the Lark Max, and you never have to use the awful Rode Central software to get your files off ever again. And that is my review comparison of these two devices. As I said at the beginning, Hollyland sent me this for free to review. Nice one, Hollyland. I'd also love to review some of your wireless video transmitters. However, I did buy the Rode myself with my own money, and I'm not getting any affiliate funding from this at all. I'm going to put a link below which is directly to Amazon, to Hollyland's sales site. It's not an affiliate link. I don't get any money from that whatsoever because Amazon wouldn't let me in their affiliate program because I'm too small. Anyway, thank you very much for persevering with us on this video. I know it's been a long one. I wanted to be as detailed as possible and give it a real fair test. If you've liked this video and you found value in it, please consider subscribing and hit the like button and do the notifications thing and leave a comment and send me money and gifts and gold and frankincense and myrrh. Send myrrh. Send lots of myrrh. I want myrrh. I need more myrrh. Have we got any myrrh?